In this terrible pandemic period, we want to keep you informed of the activities and decisions of your camp. Please be aware that the safety of our staff and participants, as well as the compliance with government regulation, are always a priority. We expect to have to adapt to the new realities and are aware that we are in a climate of doubt. At this time, there is no indication that we will be closed, whether for a part or all the summer. We therefore believe that we will be there to be part of the solution when it will be time to go back to the normal life. The way that day camp used to be may evolve and change according to the recommendation to come. The information in tonight's presentation is as it should have been. As a result of the current situation, everything could change. Beginning of registration is postponed to May 4th for Saint-Lazare and Les Sept Résidents. When we are out of quarantine, we are convinced that the camp will be a precious resource for reconnecting with a more normal life and stimulating reality. Indeed, the camp is one of the best places to live challenges, allowing you to discover yourself, to go beyond your limits in a safe, dynamic, and caring context. What is more, the freedom and autonomy experienced in the camp will take on their full meaning and value after the confinement of the past few weeks. Relearning to live in a group will be all the more important before returning to class. Be assured that we are constantly assessing the situation and we are working in close collaboration with the Association des Camps du Québec itself in conjunction with the government in order to follow the situation and closely and prepare the summer. More commission than usual before the start of the camp are to be expected. As decisions and actions are taken, we will keep you posted. Hoping to see and animate your children this summer, we hope you have found this information session useful. Good night. Welcome to our information session for the Saint-Lazare Day Camp. The camp is for children from 5 to 12 years old. If this presentation does not answer all your questions, we invite you to send your questions by email to campdejour@ville-saint-lazare.qc.ca. Send us your question by Wednesday, April 8 at 10 p.m. A video summarizing all questions received will be posted on Thursday. Let me start off by introducing myself. My name is Jonathan Nestroc-Brunet, and I am the Day Camp Coordinator. I've been working for the Day Camp for over 5 years. Some of you may know me as Astro, and had the chance to meet me through extracurricular activities offered in schools. This year, we have a whole new team of head camp counselor. Let me introduce them to you. This is Bamboo. She is the head camp counselor for the 5-6 age group this year. Bamboo has 2 years experience with the Saint-Lazare Day Camp and has worked with the 5-6 age group over the last few years. Mocha is the head counselor for the 7-8 age group. This will be her 5th year working at the day camp. Mocha is currently completing her bachelor's degree in psychology, and in addition to her experience at the camp, she also works as a substitute teacher during the school year. Scooby-Doo is the head counselor for the 9-12 age group. This will be his 4th year with the camp. He is also currently working toward his university degree in physical education. Scooby-Doo will also be overseeing the training for the Camp Counselor Skills Diploma. Pastel is the head of the camp's daycare services. She already has 4 years' experience with the camp, including 1 year as a specialized counselor. And lastly is our veteran counselor Luna, who is now in her 7th year with the camp. Luna is in charge of the Facilitated Access Program for children with special needs. She has also completed a bachelor degree in special education. The Saint-Lazare Day Camp respects the 45 safety and quality guidelines set out in the framework for municipal daycare development by the Quebec Day Camp Association. A reassessment visit is carried out every 2 years. Counselors receive a minimum of 50 hours of training, including camp counseling skill diploma training, first aid training, archery training, and a training required to use our wall climbing structure. To ensure that we can meet the needs of both French and English-speaking clientele, all of our counselors are bilingual. To ensure good communication throughout our vast site, each paired group carries a walkie-talkie so they can easily share information. Each camp counselor is responsible for his own group, and children will remain with the same counselor throughout the summer. Counselors will work together, combining 2 or 3 different groups into a larger group each week. Since different groups will be combined each week, children will get a chance to meet several other groups of the same age over the summer. Counselor to child ratios are dictated by the established framework as follows: 10 children for ages 5-6, 12 children for ages 7-8, 13 children for ages 9-10, and 15 children for ages 11-12 per counselor. We would like to remind you that we also have assistant counselor as well as specialized counselor that work together with our different groups. That way, if a child must go to the bathroom during an activity or needs a band-aid after falling, for example, counselor can remain with the group, thereby ensuring their safety. In order to assign an age group to a child, we calculate the age a child will be on September 30th. Therefore, children that are in the same school year will be in the same age group. Children that will be 5 years old in September can be registered to day camp with a 5-6 age group. However, children that will be 12 years old in September cannot. On hot days, or during a heat wave, we spend more time resting in the shade. There is also a scheduled swim time after every afternoon. Moreover, given the location of our site, the majority of our activity spaces are covered in shade provided by the surrounding trees. There are literally trees everywhere but near the ring of sand. Before the start of summer camp, the head counselor prepares schedules to be used on hotter days. These include more water games as well as some quieter time that don't require intense physical activity. The site is also equipped with water fountains located near activity areas, and counselors always ensure they provide regular water breaks. On rainy days, we use our 2 permanent tents and 2 indoor spaces as well as the rental building and the indoor space located near the pool. A 3rd tent will be added this summer. We strongly urge children to bring bug repellent to day camp, which they can apply at the same time as their sunscreen. As far as ticks are concerned, we are quite fortunate that our site is made up mostly of sand. Ticks are generally found in tall grass and are not very fond of sand. Parc Nature is also continually maintained, and there is no tall grass in any of the area in which children play. When counselors take children on hikes through the forest, they always stay on the paths, which are clear and maintained. If a tick were to be found on a child, parents will immediately be contacted. The child will be brought to the infirmary where the head counselor would remove the tick using special tools. We will keep the tick in case parent will need it to have testing done. All camp counselors are trained on how to avoid ticks and what to do when they find one. They also carry a reference document with them at all times just in case. Ticks can be found anywhere, making it difficult to determine where a child may have come in contact with one. We therefore recommend that you check your child for tick every day. At all times, if a child is sick, we will immediately take him to the infirmary and call the parents so they can pick him up immediately. This measure will be reinforced following the current situation. We already have several moments predestinated for hand washing in order to prevent the spread of germs. In order to increase hygiene measures, we will increase the frequency of cleaning objects that children use, such as balloon, hoops, and others. In addition, all of your children's medical information must be specified on the registration form. All medication must be left in the office of the chief animators. The child will have to go there to take their medicine. If your child has an EpiPen, they should carry it with them at all times. Our counselors and lifeguards are trained to assist your child if necessary. It is strictly forbidden to bring food containing nuts or peanuts to the day camp. In our culinary activities, we only use food without peanuts and nuts. During the day camp hours, the Parc Nature site is reserved exclusively for use by the day camp. Access to the site is therefore reserved for camp counselors and the children attending day camp. Visitors who wish to access the trails must do so directly from the parking lot. When parents arrive with their children, they must sign the attendance logbook. If a parent fails to sign the attendance logbook, the day camp is not responsible for their child's presence on that day. Children who bike to the camp must sign the attendance logbook themselves. In the case of children who attend daycare, the attendance logbook must be signed at a reception cabin. For children who arrive at 9 when camp starts, parents must see the counselors directly to sign the attendance logbook. Your child's counselor will always be at his designated tree. If you arrive after 9:15, you must go to the reception desk to sign the attendance logbook, after which we will help you locate your child's counselor on the site. At the end of the day, only authorized individuals will be permitted to pick the child up and sign the logbook. These authorized individuals will be asked to provide their name and the password chosen by the parent at the registration. Individuals other than the child's parent can be authorized to pick up the child. However, the name of these individuals must be listed on the registration form. If a change occurred during the summer, or you need to make a last-minute adjustment, simply contact your child's head counselor. We are fortunate to have a large site with several different activity areas for the children. Each week, children will have the opportunity to enjoy all of the different areas. So although your child might be telling you that they do the same thing every week, we make sure it's always fun. As we have weekly themes, the objective of the activities change every week. During Story Week, for example, the children might have to reach the next storyline as they make their way up the climbing wall, or during Candy Week, they might have to retrieve an object from the top of the wall. This principle is the same for each of the activity areas. Activities area include archery, wall climbing, aerobatism, and a heated pool with a slide. In addition to these main activities, children will also take part in sporting activities, scientific activities, cooking, crafting, games in the forest, and much more. Your child will do more than 16 different activities each week. Note that we provide each of our counselors with training on how to safely use each of these activity areas. Day camp starts at 9 a.m. We invite all children to be present at this time, both to help instill a sense of group spirit and to ensure that they don't miss out on their favorite activity. At the same time, if you have an appointment or you simply overslept, there's no problem. Simply make your way to the main building when you arrive and notify a member of our team who will let you know how to meet up with this group. Counselors each have their own assigned trees in the arrival area near the parking lot, as well as a sign bearing their name to identify their group's meeting point. While we wait for the children to arrive, we take the opportunity to apply our first layer of sunscreen. Children in daycare do the same. At 9:15, the counselors and the children make their way over the Salle de Forestier for the 5-8 age group and to the reception area for the 9-12 age group. This is where they meet up with the children from daycare. Each group has its own reserved area in the building where the children can leave their belongings. The children are invited to go to the bathroom and have a drink of water before the activities begin. Once they are ready to go, the children head over to the stage area where the counselor gather and explain the theme for the week or the day through a song or a short performance. At 9:30, the children begin the first activity of the day. Each period lasts approximately 1 hour. At 10:30, the children go back indoors to go to the bathroom, wash their hands, and drink some water. Then they grab their snack and go over to the picnic table area to eat. After their snack, they reapply their sunscreen. Each counselor has a designated table where the children in their group eat their snack and lunch. At 10:45, snack times end and the group make their way over to a new activity area. At 11:45, they get ready for lunch by going to the same routine as they did at snack time. Going to the bathroom, drink some water, wash their hands, then they eat lunch and reapply sunscreen. Around 12:15, 12:30, lunchtime ends and the children enjoy 3 more periods of activity in the afternoon. The 5-6 age group goes swimming from 12:15 to 1:30, while the 7-8 age group goes from 1:30 to 2:30, and a 9-12 age group goes from 2:30 to 3:30. During the daytime, the counselors make sure that the children have time to change into their swimsuit so that they are ready when it's time to go swimming. At the same time, it is much easier for the counselor when the children arrive with their swimsuit already on under their clothing, especially if they arrive late in the day and closer to the swim time. Note that because many of the younger children need to put on flotation vests, they are given an extra 15 minutes to get ready since it often takes them longer. At 3:30, the children repeat the process to eat their last snack and gather up their things to prepare to leave. They then play in small groups at their designated picnic table along with their counselors. At 3:45, some of the children head to daycare, while those whose parents pick them up follow their counselor over the trees at the arriving area and stay there until 4 p.m. Parents must see the counselor and sign the logbook before leaving. Day camp ends at 4. Any children who have not been picked up yet will be automatically sent to daycare. Parents who arrive after 4 will therefore be required to pay for daycare services for that day. Parents are able to pick up their children before 4 p.m. by going to the reception office. Please make sure your children bring all the items they need at day camp every day. Backpack, sunscreen, bug repellent, running shoes or sports sandal, no flip-flop, no ballerina-style flats, as children must be able to easily run with the shoes they are wearing. Their swimsuit, extra clothing, their flotation vest if your child needs one, a beach towel, a water bottle, and their lunch with snack. Please note that the lunch required to be cold since they will not be able to heat them up. Children tend to eat more at day camp since they are more active and spend a lot of time outside. We therefore strongly recommend you that you pack a little more than you normally would in your child's lunch and include an extra snack. We also recommend that you label each of the items your child brings to camp. Since our site is mostly made up of sand, your child is most than likely to get some in or on their clothing. As such, we recommend that your child avoid wearing white clothing or new clothing. For the lost and found, we strongly suggest that you take the inventory of what's in your child's bag in the morning and make sure everything is still there at the end of the day. Lost item piles up very quick at the day camp. Add the sand and damp swimsuit or towels to the mix and you can just imagine how unpleasant this becomes for everyone. Although our groups are asked to check the lost and found area every day, children are often unable to spot their personal item, so we're counting on you to help us. The pool has a maximum legal capacity of 295 swimmers. However, we personally limit pool access to 150 children per period. We always have 3 lifeguards present at the pool, and half the camp counselor are in the pool with the children, while the other half are outside the pool in keeping with a pre-established surveillance plan. Flotation vests are available for children who need them, but we do recommend that children bring their own to ensure that they have one that fits them perfectly. Please note that dorsal balls, flotation belts, and pool floats are not accepted as a swimming aid. Only flotation vests and swimming tubes are accepted. Every Monday, children that are new to the day camp must take a swimming test. If the child's registration form indicates that he is not allowed to go swimming, the child will have a red bracelet. If the child's form indicates that he must wear a flotation vest, he will automatically be given a yellow bracelet and will not be taking the swimming test. If the child's form indicates that the child knows how to swim, he will be required to take a swimming test. Even if the parent indicates that the child does not need a flotation vest, the lifeguards will have the final say in this matter. Upon the parent's request, a child can retake the swimming test at a later time during summer. To pass the test, a child must be able to swim the entire length of the pool, 25 meters, without difficulty and without stopping. He must also be able to swim on the spot. The swimming test starts at the moment the child jumps into the deep end of the pool. A lifeguard will follow alongside the child as he makes his way across the pool. To allow for a proper evaluation of the child's endurance and swimming ability, he must not stop swimming or touch the bottom of the pool at any point. Following the swimming test, children are given either a green or a yellow bracelet. The yellow bracelet indicates that a flotation vest or life jacket is mandatory. The green bracelet indicates that the child may swim in the shallow end of the pool only and that a flotation vest is not required. Children who pass the test without any issues will not be given a bracelet. This indicates that they may swim in any part of the pool without a flotation vest.
Hi guys, welcome to the pool. Now we're going to be doing the rules. So first rule, if you have a bracelet, no matter what color, you're going to be staying in the shallow end of the pool, which is from the rope till T-bone. And now, if you have a yellow bracelet, you have to have a life jacket at all times. Okay? You do not take it off. If you have a green bracelet, you just can only stay in the shallow end. If you want to go on the slide right there, you absolutely have to wear a life jacket no matter what color bracelet you have. If you don't have a bracelet, the whole pool you can use. Important rule at the pool is to always jump feet first, looking right in front of you, like our friend Thunder can demonstrate right there. This way of jumping is to avoid any accident possible. So no diving, no jumping, twisting, and whatever you do. Okay, so then the toys, they're for you to use, but if you want to break them at the end, it would be very much appreciated. The important rule at the pool is always to walk and never to run. We don't want you failing and tripping on the cement. Thank you.
Registration for the day camp will begin Monday, May 4th for Saint-Lazare and Les Cèdres resident. Registration will take place online only, and payment can be made by credit card or check. As the situation evolves, we will update our registration procedures. In all cases, the parent must use the online registration site to register. There will be no paper registration. If you pay by check, you will be able to pay in 3 terms. The first check must be dated on the day of registration. The second check must be dated on May 24th, and the third check on June 14. Each terms equal a third of your total. Due to the exceptional current situation, and to reduce the financial impact on parents, the pre-registration fee will be extended for the whole summer. The rates for the day camp will be $90 per week for the first child, $85 for the second, and $80 for the third. The rates are adjusted for the reduced week of June 25 and 26 on the following week, since we will be closed on July 1st. These rates are only for Saint-Lazare and Les Cèdres residents. Only registrations received and paid before June 14 have their choice of week guaranteed. All registrations received after June 14 are subject to availability. Non-resident will be able to register after June 14th at noon. The cost for non-resident is $250 per week per child. The cost of the day camp covers only the camp, which is the period between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. If you need to send your child sooner, or if he stays later, you will need to register your child for daycare. The daycare starts in the morning at 6:45 a.m. until 9 a.m. and from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. For daycare, the rate is $7 per day per child. The cost of $7 is only applicable to registration that are made in advance. The cost for same-day use or with the use of occasional coupons will be $10 per day per child. The half-day rates is not offered. To take advantage of the $7 daycare fee, you must register your child in advance, at the latest on Wednesday of the previous week at 4:30 p.m. If you arrive after 6 p.m., you will have to pay an additional $5 per child for every 10 minutes late. If you wish to add weeks after your registration or change your weeks, you will have to call at 450-424-8000 extension 287 or write us at camp-de-jour@ville.saint-lazare.uc.ca. You have until Wednesday 4:30 p.m. preceding the desired week to register your child. After this date, you will not be allowed to register and your child will not be allowed to come a week that he is not registered to. Any modification, week addition, or new registration after June 14 is subject to availability. It is the parent's responsibility to verify that all the information is correct in the registration and that they have chosen the right weeks. If the containment measures continue and it is impossible for us to hold a day camp, the payments that have been made will be refunded without penalty. We will not issue refunds after June 14 except for illness or loss of employment. A refund request form will be sent to you to which you must attach evidence. An administration fee of 15% for a maximum of $25 will be applied to all reimbursement requests. We invite you to consult the Bylaw 1000 to know all the terms. We invite you to consult the registration information page of the Day Camp website at daycamp.ville.saint-lazare.qc.ca/registrations in order to know all the modalities to access the online registration platform and the renewal of citizen cards.